Hey, Craig, let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk. It's a coffee.
All right, I like that you've brought the bell back.
Bell is back, baby.
If you've been listening for any amount of time, then you may notice that in the olden days we would have the intro where we would do this little bit with Mr. Jason, who's on the show today, and you'd always ring the bell, ding, 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 ding. Probably lost a lot of listeners right then, and we've decided to bring it back.
Yeah, we did, and it's appropriate too because we're coming up to the
bicentennial,
to a turning point.
The turning point.
Yeah,
season 2.
Season 2.
Do you ever watch Netflix? I mean, I have limited television time these days, but
I don't Netflix anymore.
Well, yeah, one of those things. Any of those TV ones like Netflix or what have you. I used to, if I'd binge watch shows, I'd love it if they had like 20 shows in the season.
True.
So our first season had 299 episodes. The first season of the Insurance Dudes podcast.
Yep, and we're doing all kinds of special stuff to relaunch our podcast. It's going to be super awesome. Got some secrets.
2.
Some surprises in store.
Oh,
right?
Oh, I love surprises. No, I don't. I don't love surprises,
right,
actually.
Mr. Craig.
They're good surprises, though.
But this is the Craig's Corner.
Oh,
crazy
of the
and contemptuous.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Caramel flavored.
What do you? Yeah, caramel, crazy, and let's catapult into it.
Oh,
Craig.
Oh no, you didn't. So let's. I want to read a quote from the late great Larry King. Is that a good impression of him?
That's pretty good.
Hey, this is Larry King. So, even those who have a natural ability for something have to work to develop it. That's what turns a talent into a skill. Was that so? That's the quote, right? Even those who have a natural ability for something have to work to develop it. That's what turns a talent into a skill. So, a lot of us are talented in something. You may argue. We were talking about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan a little earlier on a different episode. People would probably say, "Oh, they're naturally talented," right? But they didn't win championships just because they were naturally talented, right? They worked harder. They put in more effort, and they didn't give up because it's not always rosy. Even opening. I reflect back on opening the third agency, and at the same time that we were opening day, I was closing on the building too. And I remember back before that, I was like, oh, it's so much having 2 agencies and the building. How am I going to do this next thing? It seemed almost impossible to do. But number one, there was a process. We had a process developed that we were going to follow.
Yes. Yep.
So that gave some solace in that. I knew that maybe there was some talent here, that was developing, or I don't know, because that's the thing in your head, second guessing everything you do. But I knew that the only way to win was to put in the work. The only way to win was to put at least the work into the processes and then follow it until it was working. Then you can put somebody, you step back, put somebody in that spot, as long as you can trust them and they're going to be able to do it. But there is no quick fix to anything, and I think you've had a lot of the same experiences too. Anybody that wins, they put in that effort. You can develop a talent. You don't even need to be talented at something. I think really at the end of the day, you have to love the thing that you're going after, and that's what creates the talent around it.
Yeah. You know what? It's crazy. My daughter is she picks up stuff very easily. I would say she's very talented at.
Which one?
Presley.
Okay.
And she's super talented, picks up stuff easily, is good at stuff very easily. So she has a very natural ability to pick something up and be good at it at first. Now, I've been telling her, I don't know if this is probably bad parenting. Everyone's probably going to, but I've been telling her that here's the deal. My son, he is not naturally good at stuff. So he has to try a lot harder to be good at something. She is naturally good at something, but with being naturally good at stuff, it's easy to get frustrated fast. It's because she's so used to just doing things well right when she starts it. She doesn't have to put in the effort. Now, my son has to put in a ton of effort at anything because he's not very good when he first starts something. You know what I mean? So I told her that, listen, you are naturally good at these things, right? But you got to understand that you need to develop it and put in time to get better at these things, because just because you're naturally good at something doesn't mean that you're always going to be good at it. Because the people like my son that gets used to putting in a lot more effort to be good at something, somebody like him will surpass her. Doesn't matter how good she starts off at being. It matters about how much time she puts in and is willing to refine that.
It's like the story of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise and the hare.
100%.
Right? So he's the tortoise. Yep. He's going to keep just grinding until he gets to the finish line. She can run circles around him, but she may find herself over there eating some carrots. And then the tortoise crosses the finish line.
And if I think about who I'm more worried about, like later in life, it would be her. And most people would probably say, no, it wouldn't be her, it'd be him. But he's developing the habits to learn how to learn anything and how to just persevere. Yeah. And not be like, if you're not good, I mean, he is good at stuff, but I'm just saying, like, if you're not good at anything and you get used to just trying and you become good at certain things through that, then you're developing the skill of training and being consistent, and you can be good at anything. I mean, that's a skill in itself.
I wonder though, if is it that she's good at it, or is it that she's not afraid of screwing up? Whereas your son may be a little bit more apprehensive because he wants it to be good, but he's afraid that he's going to goof up. So he's a little more hesitant. Like, what's an example of something?
I mean, she's just a little bit more coordinated than he is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's not very coordinated. I mean,
she's
you can
older.
look at it. So yeah, but I mean, even at his age, she just, when it comes to drawing, stuff like that, she's just naturally, she picks it all up faster.
I mean, they're, a little smarter dudettes.
Yeah, they are. but that's, I mean, I think about, so I used to play music, and people say, people are naturally, oh, he's a natural musician. But here's the thing. He likes doing it. He had the guitar in his hand 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
It wasn't really practicing to him. It was, he was having fun doing it. You know what I mean? And then I think about, like, when I used to play the drums, I had fun doing it. So I was constantly, and here's something that people don't think about. When you think about something a lot, you're working it out in your head.
Yeah.
So if you like, let's say, playing the drums, you're thinking about drum beats, you're kind of going through rhythms, you're tapping on the desk, right? Then you go home, you sit on the drums and you start playing it.
Yeah,
you might think, oh, I only practice 15 minutes a day, or I only practice 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
I'm naturally good at it, right? No. You like doing it, you're thinking about it. There's so much time going into it. That people don't look at.
Yeah, I noticed, like, recently I started playing the guitar again after a long hiatus. I mean, it's been probably a decade since I was playing every day. And, I picked it up and I'm just like, oh, this sucks, man. It's like I have 15 fingers or one finger or something, some not right combination. I can't even play a G. And then I remember I didn't like like bar chords like F or ones where it's a little bit of a stretch. So I'd always avoid them. And now I more embrace it. And I recognize and understand that the first few times it's just going to be crappy and it's going to be hard. But you notice, like when you play every day, a week later, all of a sudden something that was hard a week ago is now something that isn't as difficult, and it starts to actually sound good. And the same thing applies in all the things that we do, right? It applies to our business. It applies to, the way that we run our agencies. Buying $8,000 of leads in 2 weeks at one point was so painful for me. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And now it's, probably 3 times that amount. And I don't even think about it. All I do is look and just keep an eye and make sure that everything is around where it's supposed to be. There's going to be days where we only write 5,000. There's going to be days where we write 20. And it evens out, right? And we're consistently getting the same results by following the processes, which are then making the people who we hire that have some skill, right? We can argue that they have some skill. That's why we brought them on. And now they've become, or some talent. That's why we brought them on. They're able to talk to people. And what we do is develop that skill, right? We create the skill set by having the processes. I know we talk about this a lot, but this is what it's all about. Everything revolves around finding the right people and then training against the processes, not managing the people, manage the process. It's much easier to have a sit down with somebody who's struggling and just point to the process. Hey, I noticed that this month was a struggle for you. You only wrote X. Let's look at what we've expected, and let's look at how that's affected what your result is.
What you expected and how that was affected.
Maybe that's the title of this. It ain't what you expected, it's how you affected.
Well, it won't be rejected, Mr. Craig.
Oh, Mr. Jason, you always bring a great spin to it.
Well, I love Mr. Craig's Corner. It's crazy and
considerable.
Will catapult you into Crazy Town. I don't know. I think that's a coffee talk.
It is. It is. Well, thank you for showing up for Coffee Talk. You have a great weekend.
Yes.
Unless you're listening to this on a Monday, then have a great week.
Whatever. Just do it.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.